Fala pessoal, esse é o último episódio da série que a gente bateu esse papo maravilhoso com o Luke Koumatua, o líder espiritual dos ALL BLACKS. Bora lá! And we are in a special place here. Can you explain what is the whakapapa?
So around the room here is, this is our team room. We come in here to have learning sessions. We practice the haka in here. So when we are at home and we start our campaign and we start our journey, we have all of this paraphernalia up on the walls here. We have that up in our team room at home. And so there's a purpose behind that. It's so that when we come away, we can reconstitute. We call it mate kāinga tahi. When one house falls, ora kāinga rua, then it will be rebuilt again. And so we carry that with us to give a sense of home, to give a sense of purpose with the different words that are here, and just so that people feel comfortable in the learning space because it's familiar to them. So we have on the walls here a whole lot of words, I suppose power words or words that connect us back to our whānau. So whānau is one of the words there. That's an important word in Māoridom because whānau in the literal sense is translated as family. Family. And what's more important? Blood, those who are born your family, or love, those who come into your life and become part of your family. So these aspects of whānau are very important. When you look at that family, that's a westernised sense. In the Māori sense, whānau means to be conceived, to come from a bloodline. So that's whānau. So that word's here on our wall. I love the word whānau. Whānau starts with the word o, A-U, o, and then whānau. O means me. It is me, called Luke O. I am Luke. Whānau, I am Luke's family. I am those who are born in the same line as Luke. So whānau is very important, and we push that hard here. It's one word. Whenua, this word here. Whenua is land. Ko Aotearoa te whenua. New Zealand is our land, Aotearoa. And so you have a connection to land, you have a connection to people through whānau. So these are important concepts because when we start thinking about stirring the passion about why we're playing this game, who we're representing, then whānau and whenua are very, very important to us. So we have these words, Māori, we have rangatira, we have a whole lot of different words. Rangatira, chiefly. You should be chiefly on the field, but you should be chiefly off the field. You should lead and inspire on the field, and you should lead and inspire and connect off the field. So there's this symbiotic process of actually understanding it's bigger than just rugby. And so these are all words that take it beyond just the rugby.
From rugby to life and all the way
be,
around also.
Sort of should be that, life puts you into rugby and it should go back to where it's come from. Rugby is a wonderful vehicle to administer to people, young people, to our families and all of those to push messages that are positive, that are aspirational, that help to connect, that help you to be your best, that inspire you. Rugby can do all those things, and I think it's important to understand that because there's a big responsibility on us to actually keep remembering that we're affecting lives outside of just the rugby itself. So it's a big responsibility, isn't it?
You were explaining about the meaning of the jersey.
Oh, the jersey.
You are not with...
Yeah.
Do you know if we can find a jersey that we could at least show the...
The jersey's here. It's on these banners here. You can pull it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could pull it together if you want and shoot it. We did these banners here, these pull-ups specifically to give emphasis to our jersey. The jersey is all about whānau and it's all about whenua, but you have to give focus to it. So our jersey is there, it has a specific purpose. We give it a name. It's important because it's special to us. So we've named this jersey and we have been naming and we have been putting graphical depictions of certain things onto our jerseys since 2010. This year's jersey is called Orokohanga. And Orokohanga means the beginning, origins. It's the same as te tīmatanga, which is the HAKA. So there's a relationship between the jersey and the HAKA. Different words, same thing. So Orokohanga tells a story from the beginning of time, te kore, the void, through to now. And the jersey depicts the journey along the way and those things that are most important to us so that the player can carry that onto the field. So, on the jersey itself, you will find mountain, maunga. So there's a shape there, maunga. So when people identify and title this team, they will say, like for me, Hekurangi te maunga. Hekurangi is my sacred mountain. Waiapu te awa, and the sacred waters that flow therein beneath that mountain is the Waiapu River, my sacred waters. And then I would say Ngāti Parau te iwi, and my people, Ngāti Parau. There's more on the jersey. There's the marae, I would say tuatini te marae. There's hapu, so sub-tribe, and I'd say te whānau rua taupare, te hapu. And so all of that is in there, and each thing represents a player's. So it'll differ depending upon the player. So the importance of that, of course, is that once again, not only when we walk out of this room here with all of these words on there, they still need to carry with them a sense of who they're playing for, and the important things they carry out onto the field with them. The red, of course, around the sleeve is that kura, it's called. Kura is a very tapu or sacred colour in the Māori world. This is sacred work. We say it's not just a rugby game for us, because it has the ability to inspire people, to message to young people, to say, you know, we are all a ragtag bunch of players from all over the place, different sizes, different abilities, different strength. But here we are, joined together in a rugby team, all from different backgrounds, some dysfunctional, some privileged, others just getting on with life. But here we are playing high performance rugby, learning a bit about Māoridom, connecting and pushing what we say is a noble message to people. So
spreading the message, right?
Spreading the message, yeah.
And the hongi?
The hongi, I'll give you, like the hongi is a sharing of breath, right? Ha, so the ha, so we share that. And that's a very intimate thing, to share breath. And it brings you into very close contact. And therefore the hongi is something that is very culturally, it's a cultural indicator for Māori that to reach the inner sanctum of sharing breath and pressing noses and foreheads together is something that only someone very close or who have become good friends would share. Inherently, the hongi is an important part of becoming one with each other. It's also a commemoration so there's always a terrestrial explanation for it, but we have celestial as well. So there's a heaven and earth, there's a rangi, you know, a godly and a humankind explanation for things. From the beginning of time, te orokohanga, te tīmatanga, there's a godly realm. It's on the jersey. It's depicted up the top up here. The godly realm then goes down into humankind. The transition from the godly realm to humankind is through tāne, who heaped up, or ahu, heaped up, clay, one, ahu one one, and formed a female shape, hine, woman. And then through his godly powers and through his nose, placed it upon hers and breathed life into humankind through the first woman, hine ahu one. And that is a commemoration too of the fact where we come from. Te orokohanga, te tīmatanga. Hongi. Hongi is this. Tēnā koe, Julie. Kia ora.
Thank you very much, Luke.
Thank you.
Give us a final message.
So Māoridom, and in the words of our haka as well, we say in Māoridom, ko ngā rangatahi, ngā rangatira mua pōpō, which means young people are the leaders for the future. And so I suppose rugby is one medium that people can, young people in particular, can follow to that level of leadership. There are many others that you can do that in, but at the end of the day, this is one. And so I advocate for rugby. It's why I'm here, as a vehicle that can actually take you to things greater than just rugby. So if you're a great person and you're a great rugby player, at the end, when we get injured or when we get old or when we've retired, we still want to be a great person, and I think rugby can do that for you. It's a wonder, it's great for Brazil to be building towards that sort of thing. Rugby is one thing, but don't forget, it's a vehicle, it can be bigger than that.
Valeu, pessoal. Espero que vocês tenham curtido. Assina aqui, acompanha a gente no canal na Alma Rugby no YouTube. Deixa seu comentário, dá seu like. Valeu!